What? Were you snarling all before I came, ready to catch each other by the throat, and turn you all your hatred now on me? Did York's dread curse so prevail with heaven, that Henry's death, my lovely Edward's death, their kingdom's loss, my woeful banishment, could all but answer for that peevish brat? Can curses pierce the clouds and enter heaven? Why then, give way, dun clouds, from my quick curses. If not by war, by surfeit die your king, as ours by murder to make him a king. Edward, thy son, which now is Prince of Wales, for Edward, my son, which was Prince of Wales, die in his youth by like untimely violence. Thyself, a queen, for me that was a queen. Outlive thy glory like my wretched self. Long mayst thou live to wail thy children's loss, and see another, as I see thee now, decked in thy rights, as thou art stalled in mine. Long die thy happy days before thy death, and after many lengthened years of grief, die neither mother, wife, nor England's queen. Rivers and Dorset, you were standest by, and so wast thou, Lord Hastings, when my son was stabbed with bloody daggers. God, I pray him, that none of you may live his natural life, but by some unlooked accident cut off.
Signor Antonio, many a time, and often the Rialto, have you rated me about my monies and my usances. Still have I borne it with a patient shrug, for suffering 'tis the badge of all our kind. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit on my Jewish gabardine, all for the sake of that which is mine own. Well then, now it seems you need my help. Go to then. You come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have monies. You let avoid your room upon my beard, and foot me as you a stranger carer over your threshold. Monies is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, had a dog money? Can a care loan 3,000 ducats? Or should I bend low in a bondman's key and whispered humbleness say this? Fair sir, you spit on me a Wednesday last. You spurned me such a day, and another time you called me dog. And for these courtesies I'll lend you thus much monies.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name! What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close up the war with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favoured rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Let pry through the portage of the head like the brass cannon. Let the brow o'erwhelm it as fearfully as doth the galled rock o'erhang and jutty his confounded base, swilled with a wild and wasteful ocean. Now set the teeth and spread the nostril wide, hold hard the breath, and bend up every spirit to his full height. On, you noblest English, whose blood is fet from fathers of war-proof, fathers who, like so many Alexanders, have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonour not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeomen, whose limbs were made in England, show us now the mettle of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there is none among you so mean and base that hath not a noble lustre in your eye. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirits, and upon this charge cry Harry, England, and St. George.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His sceptre shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself, and earthly power doth then show likest God's, when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which if thou follow, this strict court of Venice must needs give sentence 'gainst the merchant there.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural pangs that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. die to sleep. To sleep, a chance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with a pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pith and moment, with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action.
Lo, here she comes. This is her very guise. Upon my life, sound asleep. Observe her, stand by her. Yet, here's a spot. Oh, out! Damn spot, out, I say! 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do it. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and a feared. What need we fear who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands ne'er be clean? Oh, no more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting. Here's the smell of the blood still. Oh, all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh, oh, oh. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I will tell you yet again. Banquo's buried. He cannot come out on's grave. To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed.